everyone, I'm Rodney. I'm here with BoardGameGeek at Origins 2019. I've been joined by Ian from Colossal Games. Hey Ian.
Hello.
Good to see you. You brought something kind of colossal here, if you don't mind me saying.
Absolutely.
This is
colossal.
Mezo, right?
Mezo, yes. So Mezo kickstarted last year in October.
Yes.
And
Successfully?
Successfully kickstarted. That is an important distinction.
It is, yeah.
And we're looking to have it release later this year, Q4. So
now,
we're aiming for Essen as
is
the
this
official release.
Final? What's final about what we're seeing here?
So
Anything?
the majority of the card components here are prototype, but these minis are direct from the factory.
Okay.
Each tribe is going to have their own sculpts for their shamans and their warriors. Depending on if you're the shark tribe or the iguana tribe or whatnot.
How many tribes are in this?
There are four in the base game,
yeah.
and there's a fifth player upgrade, so that you can add a fifth player to your game. It comes with another god, and then as you can see on the edges here, we have another god pack that you can add that has many more Mayan deities to add to the conflict in the Yucatan here.
And they don't come painted, but you have had these painted, right?
Our creative director, Christopher Beyer, got a little overzealous with our only copies of the minis, which is fine. He does great work.
They look good, they look really good.
Gorgeous. Like I love the purple he did here. So some suggestions for people at home.
Okay, so we've gushed over the components a little bit. What's the idea behind the gameplay? What are we doing here? What's the theme?
We are clashing for dominance of this area. It's an area control game.
Okay.
Yep. So at the beginning of every age, you're going to play over 3 ages. And there's some noise.
Yeah.
Play over the course of 3 ages. At the beginning of the age, you're going to reveal the Wrathful God tile. You can appease the Wrathful God by sacrificing some of your units on the board.
Yes.
And then triggering the ability. Your sacrificed units go to Jabalda. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. John Cloudis will definitely let me know if I pronounce it correctly. Units in here are more or less out of the game until an ability brings them back in. And so you can awaken them to regions, or you can bring them back into your supply over here to be placed in future
But it
rounds.
might be worth sacrificing them for the ability here, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So you can get the ability, you can gain devotion, which is going to trigger off certain abilities that you can play later, and also worth victory points at the end of the game. After that, you'll select a special power for the age. So there'll be 3 ages. So at the end of the game, you'll have 3 different abilities that you've selected, depending on the path that you've chosen to take.
Okay.
And each god is asymmetric in their abilities, and so depending on what god you are, it might determine what path you want to choose for those special age of abilities.
Okay. So the idea is we're playing as gods, and these are our followers type
Correct,
of thing?
yeah.
Okay.
So, and then after we've selected our abilities for the age, we're going to move our units out to the board. We'll start with our champions. Our champions all have the unique sculpts, and they'll be marketed by our player color, same as our god.
Right.
And then we will move up to 3 units to each area there. The last person to deploy will determine what is known as the blessed region. So each region has their own win condition here. Gain victory points equal to the age. Gain victory points equal to your strength in the conflict. But the blessed region will not have a conflict. And instead, you can sacrifice your units to win the blessed region's 8 victory points for that particular thing.
But again, removing units from the board,
not necessarily a bad thing.
Not necessarily bad, but it'll maybe weaken your position on the table, right? So you have to balance that, I guess.
In some conflicts, yes, you do. At the end of every turn, all units are going to be removed.
Yep.
And then you're going to reassign. Yep. And then after we deploy all of our units, we will call our gods.
Yep.
The first turn, the gods will be off the board, so it'll be wide open. But subsequent ages, you'll move your gods to an open vertices on this area. Each god has a different call ability. So Kukulkan, for example, his call ability, or theirs, will deploy warriors equal to the current age. So you can deploy up to 3 of your units to each area, and you can do as many of your units as you want, but because of the different gods' abilities, you may want to hold some in reserve, and things like that. So if I was to call Kukulkan here, I could then bring one of my warriors for age 1 into this conflict, giving me a bit of a leg up there. After that, we'll go to the conflict step, where we will draw 3 of our god cards. We'll take a look at those. Each of these will have 3 abilities on them. We'll pick one, and then we'll put the other 2 on top of our god deck.
Yes.
So that we have a little bit of a knowledge about what's going to be coming out in the future.
Yeah.
And then in player order, you will select one of the abilities in the conflict region. So these are shuffled randomly, and so the first conflict of this turn will be Uxamal,
which is here,
which is right here. So it's the blessed region.
No, it isn't.
Oh, it's that. So in this instance, there are no champions. So this is a straight strength. This would, for more or less, would be a tie.
Yes.
If there was a champion here, the champion would determine the tie. So let's say green was here.
Sure.
Oh,
it doesn't even have to be the factions that are equal. So what is this, like 2 versus 2 type of thing?
Yep, it does not have to be. So green is here. Green's champion counts as 2 strength.
Yep.
So green's going to go, I'm going to win this one.
Yeah, right.
Yep. But they each have 1 warrior and 1 shaman. But since green doesn't have a warrior or shaman, at the end of the conflict step, you get to assign warriors and shamans to the calendar or the codex for special abilities.
Okay.
So depending on the different board state of those, you can be like, well, blue, you can assign your warrior over here to the codex and build a glyph, which will give you special actions later in the round. And you can have the calendar, which you can recover 5 of your units from Jabalba, that sort of thing, right? So there are different abilities there. You'll go through each of the different areas. You'll pick abilities from your gods based on your cards. And then you'll do the cleanup, you'll reveal the new steps, and you'll do the second age, and then a third age, and subsequently.
So there's 3 ages. How many rounds of play is that then we're looking at?
So in each age, there will be a number of rounds equal to to all of the conflicts.
Does the board shrink or grow depending on the number of players, or?
Every game there will be a desolate region, and that is randomly selected in the conflict. The region tile is removed from the game. So in this case, we have Koba as the no one will fight over that because it's a forbidden zone.
I notice we have like these, I think, sort of a player board here.
There's a lot here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So this is the player board. So each age, these are the powers I was talking about.
Yeah.
You'll pick one of these 3, and you can go down. You can pick any one, but typically the ones that are straight across have some correlation.
Okay.
This is your devotion. By sacrificing units or other call abilities of your gods, you'll go up the devotion track. At the end of the game, you'll gain victory points based on your level.
Right.
But also, if you reach the end, every time you gain devotion, you'll also gain a victory point.
I see. So another strategy, I guess. And we have some just some call-outs here for keywords and things to help when you're playing.
Yep. And in this example, that's the Panther tribe.
Okay. So when is this going to be available for people to receive? Either they backed it or potentially at retail? Do we have a sense of that?
Right now, you can pre-order it at colossalgames.com.
Okay.
And we're aiming for an Essen release.
Oh, so this year then?
This year.
Not too far at all.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much for giving us an overview of this, Ian.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed checking this out, and if so, check out the pre-order page, and you can check out BoardGameGeek for more information as well, and these beautiful miniatures.
It's like he's spiking this giant helmet here.
Pretty awesome. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you.